Hey everyone, this is Michael GoosebumpsFan. I have a little bit of a semi-rant, I guess you would call it. For anybody who's new to the channel, who hasn't seen my content before, as you can see back there, that is a slappy ventriloquist dummy. I think it's called the Deluxe. I think. The eyes don't move, I don't know what it's called. It's the step up from the basic one that has the plush body. Anyway, my channel's focused on Goosebumps. I've always loved it, I adore it. My biggest rant that I could possibly have according to the title, one of the biggest, most irritating things I have to rant about when it comes to Goosebumps. You know, there are many shows that I grew up with. I was born in '94, so a lot of my cartoon intake was late '90s and early 2000s, right? Dragon Ball Z, a lot of Disney Channel, a lot of really good Disney Channel too. Cartoon Network stuff in general, Nickelodeon in general, you know, the good days, the beginning of SpongeBob, stuff like that, Ed, Edd n Eddy, all these things that I adore. Many of them, not all of them, but many of them have at least a first season put to DVD. The problem with Goosebumps here in America, for anybody who doesn't know this in other countries, we do not have a DVD release of the full, complete box set series of all 4 seasons. I don't know why. To me, it looked like it was more popular here than any other country. I don't know about Canada, since it was mostly filmed in Canada, if not entirely filmed in Canada. But to me, it was more popular here. Everybody knows Goosebumps, at least in some way, fashion, or form. People either remember the books or they remember their kids liking the TV shows. One of the two, all the time. No matter who you talk to this day in 2019. And the fact that we don't have a complete series box set, but we have DVD after DVD floating around of literally individual episodes and whatnot all over the place. Not the entire series, mind you, because then you could just buy every $15 DVD of 1 episode or 2 episodes. But again, they don't have all of that. Now, there for a while, about 5 or 6 years ago, if not a little bit longer than that, they did a re-release where they would have probably like 2 or 3 different discs in one box. I've done a couple of these and shown them to you where I bought them. Where they would have one disc would have like 3 episodes, and they'd have 3 different discs in a pack, and they would all have different episodes entirely. So you'd get about 10 episodes in total, approximately so. And it's still irritating to me the fact that we don't have a complete series box set, but every other country seems to. At least Canada and the UK do. I think Region 2 is the main focus of folks that have that, but Region 1, it doesn't exist. All we have are basic DVDs with a couple episodes thrown on them. And to be so important and popular here, it's one of those things that I find, Goosebumps overall is one of those things that I find extremely important to the 1990s, at least in American culture. Something that every kid knew. In some way, facet, or form. We all knew about it. But the thing that gets me so much more is the fact that it's one of those other things like the 1990s Spider-Man the Animated Series that for some reason, supposedly it's about copyright, which also happened to be owned by Fox, by the way, where you also had Goosebumps premiering, the Fox Kids thing, which I love to this day. Neither one have a DVD box set release. But you can see them all over digital. You can see them on Netflix sometimes, you can see them on... I buy Goosebumps episodes from Vudu when I haven't seen certain episodes and whatnot. You can get your hands on these things in that way. I have one Blu-ray player in my entire house, aside from my PlayStation 4 or Xbox One that play, you know, Blu-ray. I don't know which ones have region lock and which don't. Because I had thought about going ahead and buying a box set from somewhere, even if it is Region 2. I had thought about this, and then I remembered how bootlegs exist, and I don't want to get involved with that. What I would prefer is to have an official American release. There's no reason we don't have one, especially because it's so popular here. It would sell out. The DVDs are gone, you know, at Walmart right now. They have a 2-pack of Haunted Halloween and the 2015 film. You can't find it at my stores. It doesn't exist here. I don't know about your stores, everybody else here in America, but here in my, you know, part of America, we don't have that at all in the stores anymore because they sold out. They're not in the discount bin. I look in those discount bins all the time. We need a box set. I don't know why we don't have it. Same thing with Amazing Spider-Man, or Spider-Man the Animated Series. I always get it confused with Amazing Spider-Man, which is not a TV show, but just the title of the comics. But anyway, why don't we have this? We deserve it, because especially people like myself who have bought like every book now. I own every single book. Officially, as of today, I own every single book. Praise God. But I want the whole box set series. I don't want to have to buy everything digitally and then eventually get a box set series released, because physical media, say what you will, Physical media, whether it be books, movies, like as in DVDs or VHS tapes, will always be better than streaming services, or downloading something digitally and playing it that way. It'll always be better than that. Because you have problems like internet slowing down, pixelation, so many different things that you can't fix unless you just have a DVD copy of something, or VHS or Blu-ray or any of that. I don't want digital. Even though I watch and pretty much review all of my episodes that I talk about of Goosebumps from a digital version that I saw on TV, or on Vudu for that matter, because it's like the only place you can get the whole series. But even with that, it's out of order, right? Like you'll have Perfect School episode, or part 1 out of the 2-parter, listed under season 3, whereas it's actually the next episode in that season in reality on IMDb and everywhere else. When it premiered, it was literally the same night it premiered, with part 1. Part 2 also came on immediately after that. On Vudu, part 2 is season 4, just out of nowhere. I don't know why it's set up like that. I don't know what they thought with that. I don't know why they scrambled all of it. Maybe they just didn't care for whatever reason. I don't know. But why don't we have a box set? I'm really irritated over this. I want to rant about this more, but there's really nothing else to be said. It's one of my personal favorite shows of all time, and I still think it's absolutely a standpoint, a goalpost, a timeless classic thing to talk about. As much imperfections as it has, as many flaws as it has, it was an important thing in the 1990s. It was. It was the thing before Harry Potter. It was so important, especially to kids. It was challenged all the time. It was so important. And the fact that this is not still a box set that we have in America, just like the animated series of Spider-Man, is a sin. It is. There's no reason not to have it. I don't understand why it is. Again, people have said that it's a rights thing, especially now that Disney's involved owning like the Fox media, or at least 75% of it, or whatever it was, from 20th Century Fox. And I know you can see like the Amazing Spider-Man on the Disney Plus thing, from what people have told me. I don't know if Goosebumps is on there though. I'm curious to hear about that, if that ever shows up or not. Because they own that, from what I understand. So I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. The whole thing is nuts. I just want to know what your thoughts are on that, guys. Do you think we need the box set? Do you think we need the box series now, at some point? Because the way it's looking, we're going to be in a world where we don't have physical media. A lot of people say that they don't think it'll die out. I think we're going to be forced into a corner by media groups and entertainment industry in total, by Hollywood and everything else, that we're going to have to go digital only. Look at some of the artists on the internet that are making amazing music and cannot get a label to put out a physical album for them. One of my favorites is Tesla Boy. Tesla Boy cannot get an album out in public from what I can see. I don't think they have a single album, as in CD release, anywhere, from what I can tell. There are some groups kind of like Tesla Boy who do have some things like that, but not Tesla Boy. Their music's great. Spirit of the Night's one of the best, most iconic songs I've ever heard in my life. How that album does not have a digital or a CD or anything out is just ridiculous to me. Yeah, you can go to iTunes and buy the whole thing. Yeah, I understand that. I have it. What do you think I bought it? How do you think I listened to this? The whole point of the matter is that I would like to own it, having on my shelf, and be able to say, hey, that's an awesome CD, or in this case, an awesome box set that I want to recommend to somebody or share it to somebody. What media outlets are doing is they want to take away the entire chance that you could share something to somebody else, or that they could end up getting it as a gift. They want to take that entirely away from you, where people have to buy it individually all the time. The only way they can see it is if they're at your house and they watch it with you in your own living room. That's where we're at with media. And that's why I hate media nowadays. That's why I hate most movies. That's why I hate Hollywood. That's why I hate most things now. It's awful. But anyway, what do you think about the box set? I'm sorry for going on such a big rant, but it was worth it. It was worth it, and you'll realize the value of it at some point when you think about all these things. Anyway, put your thoughts down below, guys. I want a box set. Do you? Thank you for watching. May the Lord Jesus Christ bless you guys today, and goodbye.